Today's stage of the Tour de Zwift will see the riders tackle 3 laps of the 2015 UCI Richmond Worlds course. Racing along the flat sections of Monument Avenue, Uptown and Virginia Commonwealth University, riders will then turn right and be faced with the narrow winding cobbled climb of Libby Hill. Here we will see the first splits in the peloton and possibly the winning move of the race. After a quick descent and 3 right-hand turns, the racers will attack the brutal climb of 23rd Street, where the king of the mountain points will be up for grabs. Following this, racers can extend their lead on the fast descent, tucking down and staying aero, having a quick rest before turning right onto Governor Street. Riders will be pushing up this climb to maintain the gap behind them, with no rest at the end due to the false flat to the start-finish line. A tough race of 1 lap, but today racers will complete 3. Set your fans to maximum power and have the water ready. Good luck racers, ride on.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Vision Cycling broadcast of the KISS Road Race. Racers are out on the course right now, getting underway. I'm sure hoping that there wasn't a split in the field right off the bat. It looks like everybody, I think, is going the correct way out on course. I'm just clicking through here, making sure that we didn't lose anybody at the left-hand turn right there. It's good to see everybody in the channel. And Avatar looked like Papa Lazaro. And we are getting underway here with the race. It's being fast and furious from the get-go. Thank you so much for the preview from Mr. Jonathan Noblet and Nikki. Super awesome of you guys to put that together for us. Racers are underway. We are 2 minutes into the race. It was fast and furious from the get-go. There is a huge group of riders, actually a little bit of a split immediately with this Mr. McMillan right off the bat, hammering away, it looks like, at the front of the race. Mr. D. Allenby, actually, a new pickup for Vision Cycling, is jumped into the front of the race as well. Alexis Luge is here now as well. Good to see Mr. Luge showing up out of France now. Mr. Fleetwood, the Flea House, on the front now as well. We do have a lot of representation from a lot of the teams in the Tour de Zwift today. If you're unfamiliar with what the Tour de Zwift is, it is a race series that's going on for 6 weeks. We are in the first week of the race series, and Zwift Power is tracking results from all of these races. As you can see right above me, where my cursor is floating around up above me, that is zwiftpower.com. You can see live race results over at zwiftpower.com throughout the race today. It looks like it is updating here now, and Mr. Kim Little is the first one to jump in with a did not show actually on the race results. So as this updates, we should get live race results for the 3-lap race today. So today it is going to be 3 laps on the Richmond Worlds course, and we're super excited to see how things are going to turn out with all of the different racers showing up. D. Allenby already throwing down an attack, 5.7 watts per kilogram, 170 beats per minute. Immediately from the get-go, we have some attacks going off the front. The Snail, who is fast, is here out on course as well. Now a recent pickup for Vision, it looks like there's a lot of team pickups. The Tour de Zwift, the series, is actually encouraging a lot of people to pick up new riders. It looks like, and for a lot of drafting going on between teams, as well as new pickups. It looks like there's some scouts out there grabbing riders left and right. We just do see P. Barroso here, also out of Portugal, riding for the PTZ team. I mean, almost everybody here is no longer riding unattached. Well, not everybody, but a lot of riders no longer riding unattached. There is a split in the group. Immediately here we can see there's still a large group of about 20 riders, I believe, or so, with a 13-second gap to the next riders back. It's going to be a long race today, boys and girls. It's going to be probably pushing an hour and a half, not an hour and a half, I'm sorry, pushing just over an hour of racing for the winners today. It usually is somewhere between a 22 and 25 minute lap. They'll be pushing 22-ish minute laps, so it's going to be a little bit over an hour of racing full on, and those climbs that are be coming up at the end of the race are going to be where things are definitely going to be decided. But we do see Allenby immediately going off the front and nobody chasing. This is the games you can play when you have a team out on Zwift. Allenby going off the front and forcing the other teams to make the chase. Kaylin now heading toward the front from the KRT team. And Vision Cycling, the Snail here, now slowing things down 4.0. So if you want to chase down Allenby, you're going to have to do it all by, well, we're going to have to get some other teams, not all by yourself, but get some other teams on the front here to start trying to make that chase. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Allenby is going to be allowed to go. And this is the advantage. This is the advantage of having teammates out there. And if PTZ, BRT, Team Experimental, KRT do not have the firepower to make the chase, to close that down, and see now, usually in these races, if Allenby was not on Vision Cycling, Quentin LaFay, Alexis Luge, I mean, well, maybe not Alexis Luge, but some of these other riders would have started making a chase. But without that motivation to chase down a teammate now coming from Mr. Quentin, coming from any of these other Vision Cycling riders who have a lot of strong riders now, it's going to be difficult to close that down. And I think we're going to have to see some teams make their way to the front to try and make sure Allenby does not just walk away with this one, as he already has 18 seconds over the field. We are updating over on OpenRec.tv. I'm just getting that going right now, guys, just so you know. If you are looking for the broadcast over at OpenRec, we are getting that going. Zwift, the KISS race, I got to get that up there. Real quick here, boys and girls, we are just going to grab this for I don't know Japanese characters, so I have no idea what to put my stream under. I'm just going to say Pokemon Go because that's the only one that I know that is the only one that I know. So we'll have to see what that comes up as I have no idea what the I have no idea what the Japanese characters are for Zwift or anything like that, and Zwift is not listed as a game actually over on OpenRec, so we'll just have to leave it as is there. See if we can get live over on OpenRec.tv, and we will be. Here we go. Japanese characters up. There we go, and we are live now over at OpenRec.tv, guys. Just so you guys know, we are partnered now with them. Just so you know, so you guys can head on over to OpenRec.tv. I'll throw you guys a link over there as well if you like to watch over with some Japanese viewers. We are partnered with them, and it is a direct benefit to Vision Cycling for every single user that walks into there, just so you know. Allenby now still 5.8, 6.0 watts per kilogram, throwing down a solid VO2 max effort all day long here. Definitely has an 18-second gap now at this point. So, Allison Duck over at OpenRec, good to see you, Allison. Allison, if you wouldn't mind explaining to the viewers over there what's going on with Zwift, I would really appreciate it if you're able to do any kind of translation. I had to put that it was Pokemon Go, but it is not Pokemon Go that we are currently doing. We are doing a Zwift race broadcast for all you guys over in Japan. Everybody say hello to Japan, to our Japanese viewers. We just went live over there. All right, Dan Allenby here, 5.2 watts per kilogram, still off the front here with a 14-second gap over Cartwright, who's having to make the chase all on his lonesome here as an unattached rider. Cartwright here looking over his shoulder, coming out of Great Britain here. He's got a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field. It looks like Loeffler able to follow out of the USA. Alexis Luge here at the front now. And here's the, like I was saying, you guys, here's the team dynamics definitely happening as we have Hodges from KRT, Alexis Luge, Fleetwood, Kalen, all the bigger names having to make their way to the front and having to actually throw down some serious wattage. Now Hodges from the KRT trying to make the break. This is making the racing so incredibly interesting, you guys. It's so great, actually, how the racing is changing up here on Zwift with all the new team dynamics, because now you have actual breaks trying to form, and once you get enough team members in the breaks and the teams become satisfied with the break, you don't have the chase from the group as much, and then it gets really interesting who's going to make the chase from the group, how that's going to play out from behind. So very, very cool. Alexis Luge now, Steve from Team Z saying, okay, we got to get our team in the break. Bolkrod trying to follow that as well as an unattached rider. Fleetwood and Snail sitting in, allowing those guys to pull them along from vision as they know they already have a rider that has made the break up ahead. So very cool, very cool to have all these new teams out on course. Allenby here now at 4.7 watts per kilogram. It's been closed down to 8 seconds at this point. We'll see if he's able to hold on this kind of a gap. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We're going to try and get an idea of what's happening with Zwift Power here with the live results. As you can see here on the upper left right above me here, we do have a few riders. Is Barroso actually in the lead group? No, he's not. So we're waiting for it to update, and we can see here that that's an odd update. Crash. It looks like everybody crashed. Got a whole bunch of people crashing out on course, it's saying on Zwift Power. So we're going to use it just for, I think, the stats then, since we've got a little bit of issues with the pinging from in Zwift. They are working on it. It is a work in progress, just so everybody knows. It is a work in progress, just so everybody knows. Hodges was going for the sprint. I wonder if that's what Hodges was doing. Maybe he was. Did he grab the sprint? We'll have to go ahead and see. BRT, Kiss B. It was actually S. Purdy with the fastest sprint out there on course currently with a 17.17. That's something, thank you for the reminder, guys. Just so everybody knows, in the races, during the Tour de Zwift, there are points awarded for the sprint jersey, the KOM, and then also points for the overall win. So, well, not just the overall win, but the overall placings. So, there are other races within the race to go for, other categories that people can shoot for in the race. And so, with Allenby here going for the overall, but we do have Purdy from the is it KRT? No, from BRT, P. Purdy from BRT taking the fastest sprint actually out on course, followed by BJ Alfonso with a 17.19, and then in third place the 17.22 coming from S. Lynn. So BJ Alfonso trying to grab that again, but Purdy with just 0.02 of a second able to grab that sprint, fastest sprint currently out on course. 3 more laps to go though. 3 laps to go. Not green jersey. Wow, come on. Second sprint. Second segment? Are you kidding me? So it's the Broad Street one then? Which one is it? Which one is it? Second sprint. It says McMillan here has got the fastest, but that's not what I'm showing here. I'm looking at the chat now, Zach Rogers. I'm looking at the chat now. So it is the second sprint segment, so it still is Purdy. I think, no, it's Hodges. I'm sorry. It is Hodges with a 1948. Followed by Tucker, and then the Snail. So Broad Street and 23rd. Broad Street and 23rd. Alright, so it's not going to be Libby. What? So it's not going to be Libby? It's the second sprint and not Libby, for the it's 23rd Street? Alright. It's in the preview video. Second climb. So for the, I guess it's Broad Street and the 23rd Street, guys. My apologies. Well, see here. So this one is a little bit longer than for Broad Street. And for 23rd Street, it's going to be a lot shorter. 23rd Street is the best. All right. Well, it's it. Okay, so that does make things interesting, though. I will agree that it makes things really interesting, and that the race organizers would do it that way because people might be saving it then for the second climb. If you're going for the KOM, you're not going to want to waste everything on the first King of the Mountain going up Libby. And so Allenby's still off the front here with 5 seconds. As you can see, Cartwright with Loeffler, Snail. We've still got a large group that has split a little bit, though, with 10 seconds back to the Hedgehog as well as Dalebout. So the lead group is forming here with the Snail, Cartwright, Loeffler. Fleetwood is here as well with Hodges, Luge, NK, Tucker, Garcia, Balkrod. Quinn LaFay has made the group as well, but Kalen is now off the back. And here's where the fireworks are going to start, boys and girls. It's about to go crazy. And just kind of is here. This is shiny. How's it going, Zuskana, over in Japan? Yes, it's cool. Might stream here, ladies. What's going on, Johnny? Over at the openrec.tv. Good to see you guys over there as well. So let's see here with Loeffler. Let's see who's going to make the attack. We're currently looking at Loeffler over the shoulder here, and they have not quite caught leader Allenby just yet. Looking up toward the front here, he's only got 3 seconds, and you can see Alexis Luge absolutely hammering from Team Z at 8.7 watts per kilogram. Quentin LaFay 8.6, and the Snail now into the orange as well. These boys are not having any caution. They're throwing caution to the wind as far as the King of the Mountain goes. And Allenby just happens to have a feather power up, boys and girls, and is throwing down 6.6 watts per kilogram, trying to stay away. But Alexis Luge up into that 9, and he is doing everything he can, coming out of France here, trying to grab that wheel. And Allison says, I'm in Japan. Are you really in Japan, Allison? Shut up, really? And so now Quentin LaFay here, 7 no, Justin Spirit, got it, right on, Allison. So Alexis Luge, Quentin LaFay, and T. Cartwright now, 8.2 watts per kilogram. It looks like the group up off the front now, though, is going to be getting away. Allenby now, as we look over his shoulder, trying to keep that 1 second gap over Luge. Quentin LaFay just following the wheel of Luge and saying, no, you're going to have to pull me to the teammate. I am not pulling you up. And so now Team Z doing everything they can to get back on terms with Vision Cycling. Now Vision Cycling having Allenby and LaFay. Cartwright now right on that wheel as well, riding for... Is he riding for KRT and just doesn't have it in his name? No, he's on a Quark jersey. It looked like maybe the single sport, but nope, he is in that Quark jersey. So now Cartwright and unattached rider are able to make the lead group of 4. A 109 up over the top for the KOM, but 23rd Street, where we are going to be looking for the King of the Mountain competition. Allenby now making his way to the front. Alexis Luge, Quentin LaFay off the back just a little bit. Quentin still, as you can see, not making any pulls, not pulling up to his teammate, allowing Allenby to go off the front now, and Allenby able to rest his legs down a little bit as Cartwright can take. See, these Vision Cycling riders are playing their cards so well at this point. Now Cartwright with 6.7 watts per kilogram. Are we going to see anybody going for the KOM? Maybe Quentin LaFay will close it down here very quickly. Yep, we do see 9.4 watts per kilogram. I do believe that Quentin is actually going for it here, as we do see a crazy amount of wattage coming from him. I think this is the go for the King of the Mountain, and maybe a bridge up to his teammate without pulling anybody else right along with him. He's going to have some continuance if he's going to grab that 23rd Street climb. As he comes up and over the top, he does pull off a 30.08, 4 seconds faster, actually 3 seconds faster than anybody else, and that will be the fastest time for the King of the Mountain now at this point. Guys, if you are interested in actually broadcasting on openrec.tv, I highly suggest it, actually. If we bring more broadcasters as a team into openrec.tv, that would be really, really nice for them, I believe. And so more broadcasters, more Zwift content, get Zwift to be known over in Japan as well. So let's go ahead and do that. You can do multi-streams actually through Joycaster. And we might be able to create some sort of a team underneath my account or something through Joycast to do multi-streams. You will have to do a dedicated RMTP though, RTMP, I don't know, whatever. You have to do a dedicated stream to it. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, I do see some of you guys talking about that over in the openrec.tv stream. So looks like there is a lot of chatter over there, guys. If you want to go check out the OpenRec TV broadcast, I'll link it for you guys again over at the YouTube. Definitely suggest going and checking it out. It is a very, very well done website for live streaming. Allenby now here, 5.19 watts per kilogram. Cartwright, 5.2 from Quentin LaFay. Luge now falling off the back, actually, by about 8 seconds, actually. So Team Z here not able to hang on just yet. We do have a lead group of 3 that is forming. Double Vision Cycling able to pull some tactics on Cartwright. Bokrod here, also an unattached rider, trying to get back on terms. If we look over his shoulder, you can see what the gap looks like here. For him, it is about 10 seconds to the snail. Then Tucker from KRT, actually riding in a different kit though, but does have KRT in the name, from South Africa in the Docomo kit. Maybe just a recent pickup for KRT. Lothman here unattached, trying to get back on terms as well. Garcia here from Team Experimental, followed by Fleetwood from Vision Cycling. If you guys are confused about what's going on with all of the teams out on Zwift, we do have a little bit of explanation for you. Vision Cycling here with Fleetwood, you're currently looking at in the feed in the lower left-hand corner. That is the Vision Cycling kit that you can see here. The definite threats from Vision Cycling are Quentin LaFay, as well as now Dan Allenby, who is off the front with Quentin. So watch out for them. Vision Cycling, vision-cycling.com. You can go ahead and check out all of our latest news over there, actually. We do have a blog or news page, as well as in real life riding and teams all over the Midwest, as well as team members now growing from all over the world over at vision-cycling.com. We also have the KRT team, or let's go with Team Experimental, actually, as we do have the correct kit there for them. Team X out on course here. They ride in the Alienware kit. You're looking at Mr. Frank Garcia coming out of the USA. Here's their sprinter, as well as their team principal, as well as Mark McIntosh. They ride in the A, B, and C categories. You can see what their kit looks like in game, but also a little example there for you. Casey Shum, definitely a dangerous rider. We'll be watching out for them. And then in any sprint, it would be Frank Garcia to watch out for. Also, something to Glenn Knight used to be riding for them, but moved on over to the KRT team, actually. And we'll get an idea of who exactly the KRT. The KISS Racing team just recently released out on Zwift for the Tour de Zwift. Jay Haggerty here representing them, as well as Tom Ove Holland coming out of Norway. So team principal for them is Glenn Knight, who used to ride for Team Experimental, but now just launched the KISS Racing team, the KRT, and they ride in the Sigma Sport kit, this red and black kit currently. I believe they are trying to put together a team kit in game. I would be super surprised if they did not get that, as they have been such a huge benefit to Zwift with this race series that they have put together. So we are looking at Tom Kalin. He's currently sitting somewhere, I believe, just within the top 10 or maybe just outside the top 10, chasing down the second group. He's in the third chase group, currently out on course, it looks like. Things were absolutely blown apart on that first lap. They did a solid 22 or so minute lap, actually, for the leaders. 21:30, actually. 21:30 for the lap for the leaders. Absolutely flying. Alexis Luge currently with the fastest lap. He did, it looks like, did he actually make it up to the leaders? I'm not positive. We'll go ahead and work our way forward and get eyes on Alexis Luge from Team Z. If you're interested in who Team Z is, Alexis Luge, Christopher Durham as well are the dangerous riders, and that's who we're looking at right now from the Z Foundation. The team principal being Kevin Connors. So Z Foundation, definitely check out, do a Google search on the Z Foundation. Those guys are awesome, doing good works over in Nepal for extremely rural areas. I mean, rural isn't even like the good explanation. We're talking about walking miles and miles and miles with water canisters on your head just to have water. And they put in wells, bathrooms, schools. You know, they do all kinds of infrastructure work for those which are the most remote locations in the world. Really reducing human suffering. Awesome, awesome foundation. And Alexis Luge representing them here. As you can see, he has made it back into the lead group. Pretty awesome. Nice job for Alexis Luge. He's won quite a few races, actually. So that's an explanation of some of the teams that are out on course. We'll try and make sure to highlight any teams. If you are not being highlighted yet, let's go ahead and see. We do have Whistlesperger here. We'll go ahead and do that for PTZ. PTZ is currently riding in the Vision Cycling kit. They're working on getting a kit in game. They ride A, B, C, and D. The team principal is BJ Alfonso. Over Whistlesperger right here in front of us, coming out of Germany, one of the threatening riders that you need to watch out for, as well as Andy Self from the PTZ team. So, again, BRT is also right there as well. The British team out on course, also one to watch out for here with NK. You know, BRT just recently started up. Watch out for these guys, man. They are a rising team. Rob Bolt is the team principal from them, and definitely rising in the Zwift world. They started out, I think, mainly C and D riders, but now moving their way into the A's and the B's. Neil Duffy, someone to watch out for. NK here holding on to a solid top 10 or 15 placing right now out on course. And now back to the race. We're seeing that, is Andy Self actually in the race today? It does say Kiss A for him. He is riding for the PTZ team, but I'm not seeing Andy. Usually he will make the lead group, but I'm not actually seeing him. The gaps are absolutely monstrous, you guys. Cartwright here, hammering away off the front, unattached rider. And man, it has been fast and furious, and it seems like the Tour de Zwift has really opened things up in the world of on the Richmond course. Just really opened things up here. Kim, huge in Japan. Hey, I'm big in Japan. What's going on, Kim? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Glad to have you over on Open Rec. What about TFC? We do have some TFC riders. I didn't see any TFC riders just yet, Rogers. We do have TFC as one of the rider team's scenes. As soon as I do get a TFC rider in, we will highlight them for sure. TFC, one of the Friday Criterium, originally a race series that had started this past winter that was focused on C and D riders, and we will highlight them in just a moment. We don't want to miss any of the action if there's any breaks happening right now. It doesn't look like it, so we'll go ahead and head back for you, bud. We'll head back for you. Book ride here in no man's land. As we work our way back, you can see that he's going to have to be in a solo effort for a lap and a half, over a lap and a half now. We've got one lap down, and they still have a lap and a half to go. A lot of Ks to go yet. It's going to be a 47.5 kilometer race, and they're only 20.4 in, so he's got a lot of racing yet to go. And he is in no man's land with a 30-second gap, you guys. That is nothing on this course, a 30-second gap. Poor Brokerod here out of Norway is going to have to work to hold off Fleetwood, Loeffler, Snail, Garcia, a big gap of very strong riders who are going to be hungry to close that down and get another placing. And if he gets caught, that's a top 5 place. So they're going to be interested to bring that back in, I believe. Trying to hold off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders who are all working together is going to be extremely difficult. But Bograd here now opening up to 34 seconds in full-on TT mode. It looks like at 174 beats per minute. I'm going to go ahead and take a look here and see what Bograd beats out at here over at Zwift Power. ZwiftPower.com, you guys. He's done 14 races out of Norway. And Frode Bograd hammering away. Looks like he's had some pretty good results as well. And 194 is where he maxes out at, so he is definitely right around that threshold. If his max is at 194, he's sitting right around high tempo threshold pace at 408 watts or so. This is a big boy. hammering away at 4.5 watts per kilogram. And 89 kg, man, this guy can hammer out the wattage. We're talking about the full-on TT man. So this is his specialty on the flat sections of the course, pulling a solid 44 kilometers per hour or 27 miles per hour. So he might actually be able to pull away from these boys and actually close down a gap. And now Allenby, though, off the front with 9 seconds over the other riders, and Team Vision Cycling able to pull some tactics here with Quentin LaFace sitting in, and Cartwright maybe not wanting to try and close that down, saying, come on, Alexis Luz, can you close that down for us? And so it's going to be on the others as the cat and mouse games are starting to begin in the lead group. Allenby now walking away little by little. And for this race, just to give you an idea of how fast it's been so far, Cartwright has put out what looks to be 5.24 watts per kilogram for the entirety of the race so far. 5.25 coming from Allenby. And they've completed 16.3 kilometers, it looks like, from the last time that they were checked on. We'll see if it keeps updating. It says crash, but I have a feeling that it is actually updating a little bit here for us with because it is giving us data that does seem to be correct for where the current racers have been. Allenby continues to open up that gap. Boker out all along here. And we do have Loeffler, Fleetwood, Snail, huge group here with Garcia sitting in. We're going to move our way back here. Dalebout now off the front from the Hodges group. Hodges from KRT. Large group of KRT riders, actually. Very cool to see. All working together here. I wonder if they're actually in a team car. You can see Hodges here pulling at 5.4 at the front. And I think they might have a little bit of a team car going. Hodges actually on a TT bike and pulling Haggerty and Kalen along. This is teamwork right here, boys and girls. 46 kilometers per hour on the front. Kalen and Haggerty able to sit in and get pulled up to the group ahead. So very cool team tactics here being employed with Hodges on that TT bike. And we just do see this KRT train trying to pull in the leaders up ahead with a lap and a half left to go. Very cool, very cool. Wisselsberger here out of Germany. Mosbach, McMillan, now Rooney now as well. Three riders. It looks like two riders together. Mosbach and from PTZ Wisselsberger here, hammering away. Then McMillan and Rooney trying to chase them down, have them in sight right ahead. Rooney coming from that team experimental. We're going to look at Blake here with a group of Bs. Yager, Blake, Lynn, Giron as well. Group of 4 riders. This is probably looking at somewhere just within the top 20 maybe. But in the B race, they might be actually trying to go for a win if they can catch up to Wisselsberger and Mosbach here, as I believe they are definitely the leaders in the B race. So looking at the B race, Mosbach and Wisselsberger, the current leaders, now just being caught by Rooney, actually. So they are back on terms in the B race. We'll give Mosbach, coming out of Denmark here, a little bit of a ride on. Wait, what's going on here? I should become a cycling coach and do group classes while live streaming. That is a great idea. How to be a good cycling coach for cheap. Oh my gosh, Zuskana. So Zuskana's trying to compete with me, it sounds like, and steal all of my coach clients. Man, I'm in trouble now. Alright, so just so you guys know, there is some people chatting over at openrec.tv. Go and check that out over at the Japanese site. Maybe raise up the viewer count a little bit over there. So people get an idea of what Zwift is. We are playing under Pokemon Go. I can't change it. They don't have Zwift as a game yet over there on their... Oh, Mosbach, what happened to him? He had a little bit of a dropout there. And now has to get back on terms with the 7.4 watts per kilogram. That happens when Zwift loses power and doesn't actually know where you're at. Like, it's trying to figure out where you are in the virtual world. That it like somehow loses you. I was told a little bit of information about it from Zwift themselves, and it sounds like if it loses, like has a little bit of a dropout but not a full dropout, it can lose where you are out on course, and then you like swerve around like that a little bit. Geiger, Blake, Lynn, Giron, these guys all fighting for that last top 5 position, 2 positions in the top 5, I think, in the Bs. Nice little group here working together. Then we do have Zavikas, Lithuania, I believe. That's right? I think I got that flag. I'm starting to recognize it. Or it might be Hungary. Oh, that is Lithuania. Zavikas out of Lithuania here, leading out these boys with Johnston out of the Australia, as well as Lynn. Well, actually, no, Mike Eady actually is here out of Great Britain from the KRT team. Scrondies here are the Kiwi in the KISS race as well, trying to catch back up to Edie. Edie now falling off the back from him. NK here from the BRT team looks to have absolutely exploded and is just moving backwards now at this point. He was way further up, and now in the A race, just spinning it out, it looks like, waiting for somebody to grab onto a wheel that he can hang on with now. Okay, McGovern here now coming out of Ireland, 4.2 watts per kilogram, now in no man's land as well. Zakic here now in the first, I think this is first place in the C race. He tends to do very well in the C races, this Frenchman. So looking over his shoulder, we don't see anybody in sight. Maybe just coming around the bend back there, about 42 seconds back, we might see him. Warthon here out of the USA, as well as Barroso. Millward now. Warthon and Barroso working together from the PTZ team. Millward here from BRT. Go ahead and give him a ride on. Trying to catch back up to those boys. Now he's just in his own solo mode, trying to hold off Landis as well as Barroso. Rob Bolt, the team principal over at BRT here, hammering away. Currently, James Hodges is holding down the fastest sprint. I think some of these boys are actually... okay, so I think some of these boys are just waiting for this sprint point. 2.6 watts per kilogram, 172 beats per minute. Bolt sitting at 158. Is any of them... The question is, what power-up do they have? And are they going to be going for that sprint point? I think the sprint point is definitely on some of these boys' minds, as that is a competition within the competition. And they are coming up on the next sprint point here. We're going to see if Bolt can throw down for that, maybe. 158, 158. I'm not sure if he's... I think at 2.6 he might just be not hanging out, but looking to maybe ramp up for this sprint point. 157 heart rate. Not sure what Rob Bolt beats at. We'll go ahead and see if we can find him. His web power. Do a search. We get Rob Bolt here. And Rob Bolt, 24 races. We got a nice little picture of him from his Strava profile. Racing in the B race. And took 14th in the last one that he participated in. He does max out up into the 191. So we might see a sprint here from him. I'm going up to 163, 164. He's about to catch Landis. Maybe that's what's actually on his mind. So, as he comes into the sprint point, are we going to see anything from him? Here's the line coming up right here, 163, 164. And at 38th or so, I don't think we're going to see a sprint from him. I think he's just in TT mode. Hog here with Faudry from the KRT, getting a little bit of a lead out, actually. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Is Faudry going for it? I know plenty of PTs with no qualifications whatsoever. That's true, Kim. That is very true. That's very, very true. Now, we do have Christensen here, I think, from the Ds. Maybe going for the sprint. 146, 618 watts. Yeah, I think this boy's going for the sprint. Absolutely killing himself. 146 beats per minute. What is going on here? Up and out of the saddle. And now BJ Alfonso as well. 8.6, 8.6. BJ here. Come on, buddy. 118 RPMs. Get a gear on that thing. Oh my gosh. Can he pull this off? BJ Alfonso currently sitting in 41st with a 25 second. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. 7.9, 7.9. Here we go. And Christensen was going for it as well, and it looks like BJ pulls off a 7th place. It is still James Hodges with a 19.48. Christensen was also, I believe, going for it, and he was able to pull off just short. Christensen just short out of Norway with a 20.77. Oh my gosh, 1 second off. 1 second off for Mr. R. Christensen. So, it's, oh man, so close, so close. And now as we move our way back here, we're going to try and see if we can find any TFC riders. And here we do have one TFC rider. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Friday Criterium, this is the kit that they ride in. And we'll go ahead and give them a little shout out here, as they are one of the more popular teams. They've been around for a while. This is their kit that they ride in, TFC, B, C, and D. The team principals, Zach Rogers and Eric Schlane. They're so fast that they get pixelated, as you can see. Pal, the Sprint King Stockvik, is one to watch out for. And here he is, actually. And I wonder what we're going to see from Stockvik, boys and girls. Stockvik, you can see here riding in the TFC kit. In the C race, he pulled off a 23.55 in the sprint. I don't think that's all he has. I think he's got a lot more to work with here. And on this, the BRT, let's see if he can pull off an 18 or something. I think Stockvik's got this all day long, boys and girls. We'll have to see, though, how it works out. So as Stockvik approaches the next sprint points, he's got 40 races in. This is his profile over on Good Power. Here's a nice little picture of him in his Strava profile as well. And if we look at some of his information here, his 15-second power, his best 15-second power, 1,079. His best 5-second power, 1,238. 32nd at 872. This boy can sprint. Just so you know, this boy can seriously sprint. Maxes out for his heart rate at 193. So he's definitely saving up something, I think, here with a little bit of a power up, maybe even. He has won a KISS test event back on 5/18. And so he's got a couple of wins, it looks like, to his name. At least one in a 3rd place in the C race, also on 5/5 back on May 5th. So his latest race then being the KISS starter race. He got 15th in the C race in the Tour de Zwift. So this is definitely the sprinter, though, out on course to be watching out for. Parsons here in the KISS race. Boyd now. Kronberg also from the TFC. Stockvik here, still a little ways to go until he hits that sprint point. We're going to have to keep eyes on him, though, as the populating of the Zwift is going to take a little while. So we'll just hype up his approach to the sprint point. Huge number of Zwift riders in Japan. It's too hot and humid to ride outside. Surprised they don't add Zwift an open rec. They will. I gave them some feedback, and they are working on it, actually, Allison, from what I have heard. So we'll also let them know. I'm also going to connect them with Insiders of Zwift. I'll probably talk to Eric directly and let him know that I'm streaming over there. He'll probably have a huge interest in that. So I think a partnership with Zwift and Open Rec and kind of getting things moving with them over there is definitely a great idea. So it'll become a thing over there very quickly. Just need to let them know what's going on. And so now we are just waiting for Stockvik to hit this sprint point before we move away from him. We are starting to see some of the leaders come into focus here. And it looks like it is all together with Allenby and Lafay off the front now for the leaders of the race. We'll stay on Stockvik here and see if he does pull off a sprint here. He is bumping it up to 164 or so. I think his heart rate's rising, maybe just from a little bit of anticipation for this next sprint point. Maybe he's not going to go for it. I think he is. I think he is going to go for it. He tends to put out around 2.6 watts per kilogram for the duration of a race, so I have a feeling that he has been saving up for this moment. We'll have to see, though. Norwegian here, is he going to give us a show for the sprint point. Does he have a power-up? That's the other question. Has he been saving a power-up? He looks to be upping the speed little by little here. 33 kph. Now we can see he does max out a lot higher than this forest heart rate. In the 190s, there comes the white line. Now into 170s. Are we going to see a sprint from Mr. Stockvik here? 2.9, 3.0, and it doesn't look like it. I thought that we would. It looks like Stockvik is not. Oh, now here comes the power up. And I think he's a little late to the party, though, boys. I think there's a leg for Stockvik actually out on course. And I think he's not going to be able to pull this off. And it's mainly because of the leg. I think it's only the leg that I think something happened there. He should have popped it a little earlier and went a little earlier. And look at that. Even with like, that was like a full 2 seconds, you guys, that he was lagging behind on when he was going to go across that line. And I think it simply might be a PC. You know, sometimes if your PC is not super high-end or you're a little lag behind on the Wi-Fi, but I think it's a PC issue there as to why he was unable to be able to see where that sprint was, because he went at least 2 seconds late, you guys, at least 2 seconds late. So Stockvik, though, went for it. Right on, Stockvik. Good try, buddy. And we will get it next time, I think. He's still got 1 lap to go, and maybe start a little early and grab another power-up for that. And I think he'll go ahead and grab it on the next one if he can start just a little bit earlier. All right, here we go with Allenby. Channel looks great. Been away for a while. Active Cycles. What's up? Active Cycles is in the house. Heck yeah. Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. And we'll, you know, as it middle of summer, I can understand why you've been away for a while. Looks like LaFay and Allenby are just gone, boys and girls. They are just off the front. It's going to be a Vision 1-2. Alexis Luge unable to stay with these boys. The two, looks like Vision cycling riders coming out of Great Britain and LaFay now are working together. But at what point is the team no longer going to work together? That's the question. I'm going to go ahead on over to the team car. I see Johnny D in there. I see Johnny N in here. I also see Mod, and now Quinn LaFay maybe backing off a little bit. Oh no! He had a dropout. LaFay had a dropout. Maybe trying to type too much about what's going to happen here, and now Allenby is gone. And I think at this point is where we're going to see whether or not we've got a team in the house. Let's see if I can grab Mr. John. He's going to suddenly hear me and be like, whoa, where's this coming from? Jonathan! Maybe I'm being too loud. Maybe I should warn him before I put him in my channel. I just like grab Johnny. Johnny, if you want to talk, let me know. I'm putting you back down where you were. He's typing to us here. He's British. Oh well, he's in Scotland though, so that counts. Oh. Allison Duck, thanks for the tweet. I appreciate the tweet. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I donate to his stream if you put on Scottish accent for an afternoon. Oh my gosh. Alright, so now just watching the front of the race here. Sorry, we got a little distracted for a minute there, guys. We're getting all kinds of tweets going out at us. Allison Duck, letting Twitch support, let them know what she thinks. That's for sure. So Allenby here now. Quentin LaFay, Alexis Luge, about 35 seconds back. And if he puts on a Scottish accent. Looks like Alexis Luge from Team Z unable to stay with the tactics from Vision. I have a feeling that Allenby went off the front and Quentin LaFay closed the gap with an attack. And it looks like these boys are still holding on to... Oh! 23rd Street was taken over by Mr. Hodges. Wow, dude. Hodges with the double. With the double, boys and girls. He's going to win both competitions here. Looks like he saved up specifically just for this. I mean, look at this. He's just going to finish the race now. As you can see here, he is nowhere in the top 10 results. Hodges, obviously, only looking to grab the jerseys out here today, as he is just coming across the line for his second lap. So James Hodges is a rider who can usually be involved in the front of the race on a TT bike, grabbing the sprint and the KOM today. So James Hodges, man, solid ride from him with a 22:30 here. Also 12th place overall for the best lap out on course. And so Hodges for the KRT team, grabbing the jersey points for the day. As we move our way forward, though, we can see Haggerty here with Dalebout off the back, looking to be in about. Let's see if we do have a live update, perhaps. This is the ZR race. We don't need that. We're going to go back to that's the Thursday. Where's Kiss? Americas. Here we go. Live. We'll see if we can get an update for the live over on Kiss Europe TdZ. They are on their final lap, boys and girls. They are on their final lap. TT bike all the way, Jonathan says. Pal Stockvic will win the sprint. Rogers thinks that Stockvic is going to get it still. Bring me in if you want, Nathan. Sounds great. I have always loved to have an extra commentator. I would love to have Felix as well come in. Johnny, what is going on?
I just jumped in here. I didn't even realize I was in here at all.
Were you talking to somebody else just there a minute?
yeah. I was trying to Steve for a bit.
Okay, I can grab Steve and pull him in here. Is he communicating though with MOTD?
He was for a second. I don't know if there's anyone else chatting there. I think Snail's in here as well.
Oh, okay. We can. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna bring in the mouth breathing, but it looks like he's not mouth breathing. So maybe we'll grab the Snail in a moment here. But so, what's your take on the race so far? Well, how are we doing from your perspective? From what's happening? What's interesting? I mean, we've got two Vision cycling riders off the front. Have you been watching the race through Zwift this entire time?
No, I've been catching a little bits of it. I think it's interesting to see a number of different teams in now, and like a lot more riders in the teams, and it's definitely becoming less of an individual race and more of a tactic-driven race. Yeah,
it's definitely gotten way more tactical. I definitely have to agree with that, as you saw right from the get-go how many, this immediate send of Dan off the front, Quinton sitting in, everybody knowing that he's in the pack, and then riders who maybe don't have as many riders in the field isn't as stacked for them, having to maybe do more work than they want to close that gap down. You can see Cartwright. Where did Cartwright go? I mean, maybe just threw in the towel at this point, or was with them, or perhaps he had some sort of a dropout. Luge unable to stay with the cat and mouse games, coming from Quinton LeFay and Allenby now from Team Z, holding down to a solid third place. Then there is the Hedgehog as well as Fleetwood sitting on Hedgehog's wheel now, trying to still pull off a fourth place finish. We do have a large group though that has come all together with Fleetwood and Hedgehog Garcia, as you can see here on the feed. So yeah, like you were saying, there's definitely some different team tactics. Anything else about that, the team tactics that you saw as the race played out there? And you also had a little bit of insight to what was going on with Fleetwood as you were talking to him in the Vision team car.
Fleetwood's saying, so it's finding it quite tough with the three climbs in this race and the 3 laps. So I think this race is definitely kind of sorting out the boys from the men. I think it's. I think seeing this is going to see some of the strongest riders come out.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna see. I think with all the climbing, like you were saying. I mean, it's like a super long race. They're not usually actually used to this long of a race. Usually, it's more of a crit style 1 hour race. So as you were saying, you know, what strengths that they have with endurance, I think, is what's really going to be testing some of these riders. And we might see some different results from usual because of the extra lap that is thrown at them. And, you know, this isn't really a sprinter's course, that's for sure, with, like, in the course preview that we saw with the uphill finish at the end. You know, we got that false flat. It's not actually a flat at the end. We hit that Governor Street, and then it is just a false flat all the way to the end. So definitely doesn't favor the sprinter out on course. More of a full-on VO2 max like effort, or a long shot from, you know, a half mile out, or a K to go, you know.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I think also is quite interesting is I think in this Tour de Zwift we're going to see a few different points tactics coming out. Like Hodges picking the TT bike, so maybe he's going to go for the KOM and sprint points in this series, whereas some guys will more go for the GC.
Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, we didn't see it change things up too much at the start of the race because of where the KOM was on this race. Do you know if the KOM changes from race to race, or is it always going to be, from what you've seen so far, is it always going to be Broad Street and 23rd, or is it going to be different sprint points for each race? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. No, I would expect and hope it would be different for each race, just to kind of mix it up a little bit and bring out different people who might be able to get those, whether it's the forward KOM on the Topia, whether it's the reverse KOM on the Topia. It's a different kind of rider who might be able to get each one.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think it would be cool. It would be very cool to see different ones, for sure. What's going on over at OpenRec? On TV, yeah, much easier. I can be dumb blonde commentary. It's just kind of, I'd love to have you come in actually and do some commentating with us. That would be awesome, actually. Sample, look at their faces, all the same. Wow, wait, who is that? Aliens look in the windows. Wait, that's a bug on my screen. Okay, I was wondering what was going on and what the commentary was. Anyways, link posting test. What is this link that you just posted? It doesn't look like the link actually comes through. This kind of would be awesome co-commentator. I agree. She would be great to have a female voice in amongst the team car here, actually, or the broadcasting car. That would be actually really great to have. So this group, it looks like a little bit of an attack actually from Tucker and the Snail. They have a little bit of a gap here. Now we are coming onto the sprint point with this chase group. Are we going to see anybody go for it? It looks like everyone's just hanging on. I think everybody's kind of maxed out, just sitting at threshold at this point, with Tucker, Loeffler, Snail, Fleetwood, Bokarod, Hedgehog, Garcia all together now. So it looks like they're pretty comfortable with where they're at, rather than any kind of attacks coming from them. Let's see here. And then we do have McMillan here. Are these all A racers? So this is all the A race. We're going to have to move our way back a little bit to try and find... It looks like Kalen from the KRT and Hagerty no longer working together. Hagerty, now attacking his teammate, has about a 3-second gap over Kalen. Wisselsberger looks to be number 1 for the B boys. There was one other from the Bs, and it looks like perhaps there was... What was that other rider's name? There was one other rider that I'm not seeing out there that was in and amongst the Bs. It looks to have dropped. Zakik. Did Zakik just fall way back, the Frenchman? As it was him who was leading, and now it looks like Giron ahead of him. I'm not seeing Zakik anywhere actually out on course any longer. Might have had some sort of a drop. Oh, here he is. Zakik actually falling back now in the C race. He was the leader. Oh no, he's in the C race. Apologies everybody. So that is the C rider. My apologies. So he is definitely actually still winning the C race. I thought maybe he was the leader of the Bs. But Wisselsberger with Mosbach Rooney here. This is the top 3 for the B race now. Top 3 for the B race. If you're unfamiliar with the categories in Zwift, the riders who are 4.0 watts per kilogram or higher are all A's. And then for the B's, we've got 3.2 to 4.0. And then the D's, we are looking at 2.5 to 3.2, and 2.5 and under are the D riders. So C's are 2.5 to 3.2, and the D's are 2.5 and under. 2.5 and under. So, and now we do see this is the lead of the bees, and then off the back from them is Yager, Blake, Lynn, Giron. This is a battle within the bees for the next 4 places, going out to 7th place, I believe, or so, out on course. Hodges, again, an A rider here. Way back from being in contention in the A race. And as you can see, I think that is because he is trying to hold down these spots in the points classification. Just hanging out on that TT bike. Look at that, 137 beats per minute. This guy's in chill mode, boys and girls. Super chill mode, that is for sure. Not really too interested in the race itself. Gonna make the cutoff. If there is a cutoff, I would assume, he's still ahead of plenty of the other riders, so we'll definitely still make the race, and is walking away, it looks like, with the KOM and the sprints so far. I think he'll go for it again, Johnny. Wonder if he's gonna go for it again.
You may well do, just to push it up a little bit more. It's interesting though, as before I was going to race this earlier on today, and I was chatting to some of the guys in Team Vision, and I was saying that this would be my tactic, is to not go for the GC points, but to get the TT bike and try and go for the sprint and KOM. So it's good to see, or maybe not so good to see someone else is thinking about the same sort of idea.
So that's what you were going to go for, actually, was just jump on the TT bike and try that out. What race are you going to do it in this race, or are you going to do it in the ZTR, or what were you thinking?
I was thinking about doing this Europe race, but I got stuck at the bike shop. But maybe try it later on, like maybe stay up really late and do the Kiss Americas. I'm not too sure yet.
Oh my goodness, that is late for you. That's got to be like midnight start time or something.
Yeah, about right.
Ooh. All right, here we go. 10 watts per kilogram. He's starting early at the right time. We're up to 47 kph. See how high you can get it going here. Up into the 700 watts. Now 10 watts per kilogram consistently. 53, 54, 55. Let's see what his max speed comes out to. It's 56. He needs to keep on rising that speed. If the speed starts coming down, he's no longer increasing momentum. 57, 57, 57 kph. And ends up with a 18.6. Oh, he actually betters his last time. It's going to be on Stockvik now, who is 16 seconds back, or 16 minutes back. We'll have to wait 16 minutes to see his sprint, but it's going to be up to him to pull off another sprint out on course. This is Stockvik, the next guy who's going to be contending for that sprint jersey, I believe. Probably looking for an aero power-up. We're looking for that RNG to be on his side. Looking for the RNG to be on his side. Way too late. Don't do it, mommy. What's up? The rage against this. Good to see you, bud. Johnny, green jersey competition is finished. What are you talking about? It is not finished. What crickets, Billy? What are we talking about, crickets?
I don't know. I think Zach's talking about PAL.
Oh, gotcha. But moving back here, we do have eyes on Kaland here, which then should give us a little bit of a look into what's happening with Allenby and LaFay. And this is for the win here, boys and girls. We're tuning in with these guys just in time. And let's go ahead and take a look at the KOM and if they were able to bring it back. Quinn LaFay got within 2 seconds, but Hodges is still holding on to both of those. But here we go. This is the last chance that they have. Quinn LaFay using a power-up to stay on terms. They're not even going into orange, boys and girls. They're actually not even, they're not even going to come close to contending with the Hodges actually at this point. They are absolutely cooked, I think, and they're actually battling out with each other, it looks like, up to the top. 2 teammates now, I think, are going to take the gloves off, and it's going to be no longer a team affair here. I have a feeling that it's going to be a little bit of every man for himself coming into the finish. Allenby now trying to walk away, and you can see Quentin LaFay 3.2 watts per kilogram on the front here. Bringing it back down. Allenby 4.2, 3.7. Now looking over his shoulder. There's nobody in sight behind Quinn, but Allenby now starting to open up a gap actually to about 7 meters Now 5 meters. Quinn LaFay still on terms here, just barely, with Mr. Allenby. So as we look over the shoulder here, you can see Quinton still hanging on. This is for the win, boys and girls. They have 1 minute and 10 seconds, minute 12 over Alexis Luge, who will not be caught by Tucker. He's got a full-on 2 minutes to anybody behind them. These gaps are enormous, you guys. Enormous gaps in the race today. What is going on here with the Just Sing the Song Never Ends the Whole Time? The song that never ends. Man, couldn't handle it right now. So Alice, in case you forgot, he ate beets and then next morning had a heart attack. Yep, that's the redness. The redness definitely happens, boys and girls. That's for sure when you eat the beets. I thought that before as well. When I didn't know that they did. The first time I had beets, I thought I was internally bleeding. Quinn LaFay here now in Allenby. This is the final climb up and over to the top of Governor Street. Who's going to have it as the butterflies go by, boys and girls? Quinn LaFay, the first one to move. Allenby following the move at 6.5 watts per kilogram. Actually, Allenby now coming by 6.7. We do see a power-up coming from LaFay. It's interesting that he used that here at the bottom. Is that going to be of any help? I'm not sure. We do. Oh, no. And it is Allenby who has the feather. That is such a strong power-up for him at this point. And LaFay is going to be put on the rivet as a little bit of pixelation power-up is going to be on Allenby's side. Now LaFay still with that drafting power-up. I think it is giving him a little bit of advantage now. But no, here goes Allenby, 6.4 watts per kilogram. LaFay now 7.3. We have never seen Quinton being put at this kind of a challenge before. And it looks like Allenby now backing off to 5.5. It's going to come right down to the line, I think, here, boys and girls. This is the moment where you have to open it up. The gap has to open up now, or it's still going to be somewhat of a sprint finish between the two as they come up and over the top. Who has the draft? Who's going to sit in? Who's not? The two Vision cycling riders battling it out. Quinton now coming around. Allenby backing off a little bit now. Now Allenby leading it out, as you can see here. We now are looking at Quinton just sitting on the wheel. Alexis Luge putting down 7.4 watts per kilogram behind, but unable to close that gap for sure with a full minute now. Now Quinton LaFay backing off and sitting in on his teammate. We're waiting for the sprint. Who's got to give? It's going to come right to the line here, boys and girls. As we look over the shoulders here, let's go ahead and get a top view. It looks like Quinton's got nothing left. He's not even going. He's just going to let Allenby take it. It looks like 6.8 watts per kilogram. It's 200 meters to go. It's curtains, boys and girls. He let the gap open up, and I think that there was just nothing left in the tank. As we never even saw any orange numbers, I think both these guys were absolutely cooked. I mean, absolutely cooked. That was a killer effort from both of them. So Allenby will take it. Second place going to Quinton LaFay, but that's a lot of points on the board for Vision Cycling. With a first and a second place in the KISS race on the UCI 3 laps today in the Tour de Zwift. Froome Versport team orders. Allenby about to lose his contract. Boring, no sprint. Zach Rogers is saying no. I think that's all that was left. I think that was the sprint. Just so you know, when you max out like that and you've already pushed everything you got in order to get up and over the top of a climb like that, there is no orange wattage to give anymore, guys. Even in World Tour races where guys have given everything they got up and over the top of a few climbs like this, you're not going to see much over 600, 700, 800 watts. You're not going to see full-on 1,000-watt sprints or anything after everybody's already been at 6.0 plus for the last 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, or whatever, or even actually 2 minutes. Now we do have Alexis Luge from Team Z coming across the line here. And we did miss, hopefully we didn't miss Stockvik's finish. Stockvik, we're not going to be able to go back to Stockvik though. We'll go ahead and take a look if he was able to take it. Hodges still with that 18.6. Not seeing Stockvik just yet with a 20.94. I don't think he's done the sprint again yet. We'll have to see. Hodge is still holding down that 27. So Tucker is actually with a solid ride here, starting to walk away. He put on some attacks, it looks like, through the climbs, and was able to walk away with 4th place perhaps, but Bogarad is trying to chase him down. The KRT team trying to grab a top 5 spot and a few points to put up on the board. Team Z is grabbing a few points, that's for sure, but now we do have Tucker trying to grab a few for KRT, but it looks like the unattached rider, Bogarad, might be able to scam those away from him, just trying to get back on terms with the wheel of Tucker. 186 beats per minute now. Tucker coming out of South Africa now with a little bit of a kick at 6.7 watts per kilogram, saying, no, you are not going to grab that wheel. It's still 8 meters. He's not allowing him to get back on terms. As we look over the shoulder, this is the sprint, 7.8 all day long, 527. He's going to have to hold out. He cannot stop pedaling. He has to pedal all the way to the line. He's looking for every last ounce of energy can he pull out, and it keeps on going out to 2 seconds. It looks like Tucker's going to be able to pull this off as long as he keeps on going. 200 meters to the line, 200 meters to the line. As we look over his shoulder, it's not there. He's not going to be able to get it, it looks like. 5.4. Does Bogarad have it in the last 100? And now looking over his shoulder, it's going to be Tucker, I believe. Oh, he's fading, but he gets it right at the line. Nice job by Tucker by pulling that one off. Loeffler now here just over Fleetwood, it looks like. Garcia with 12 watts per kilogram trying to come around Fleetwood right to the line. Fleetwood saying, I'm not, that's double. You're doubling me here, buddy. You are doubling me. And it's like, nope, no go. But will be Garcia throwing down some points for Team Experimental. Fleetwood now bringing across the line just ahead of Hedgehog from the KRT. Now the Snail, who is fast now, trying to jump up in the placings a little bit here. He's going to be coming across the line next. So the Hedgehog able to pull off a solid 10. Fleetwood for 9th. Loeffler in 8th. Bogarad here in 7th. Garcia was not registered in the race. I'm not sure why, but he did race. So he should be counted in the race. McMillan here, so it looks like the Snail is going to be the next one across the line. He will be taking 11th or 12th place. I think 12th place actually, as Garcia should have been counted there. Someone who reads the bumps on your head. Jay Haggerty here, along with Dalebout, trying to chase him down, coming out of the Netherlands. Wisselsberger as well here from Germany, 24 seconds back with Rooney right on his wheel. This is the battle behind them for the B win. But for a win in the B category, boys and girls, this is it. Team Experimental trying to pull it off with a little bit of a power-up. Rooney, the Kiwi, here we go, coming out of New Zealand. Wisselsberger coming from PTZ now, trying to get on the board here with a few points now. We'll see if Wisselsberger can pull it off here. Dalebout now 4.5 though, just ahead from the A race. And you can see that Haggerty here, 5.1 watts per kilogram with a little bit of a power up. One last one here for the KRT team, throwing some points down for him. He's in the top 15. I believe he gets some points for his team. So KRT will be able to pull off a few points here. Excuse me, guys. Nathan, sleep time. Holy cow. Dalebout here, Wisselsberger. Looks like Wisselsberger able to pull it off just ahead of Rooney. Rooney did everything he can, it looks like. Kiwi here. 6 seconds back, though, and will not be able to pull off a win in the B race. Wisselsberger's going to get the win in the Bs. Solid ride coming from him. Then Rooney for second place coming in, followed by Mosbach out of Denmark. Power up coming from him, just trying to hold off Giron, it looks like, and Blake in the B race. It looks like Giron here coming from, where is that? Is that Vietnam? I think that's Vietnam. But it's a no. The star's a little different than Vietnam. What is that? It's not Morocco, is it? It might be Morocco, but it's not blue. It's white. So I don't know why. Anybody got an idea what that flag is? Iran is riding in here. Actually, I can just click on it. Find out. Hong Kong. He's coming from Hong Kong, boys and girls. Iran coming from Hong Kong. Volgrod's letting us know he's looking forward to the flat today. And no, he ended up having to race something else. You had a good race though today, Volgrod. Solid result. It looks like pulling off a 7th place in a very stacked field today. Yager now with a power up, able to get the better of Blake maybe, even though he can't put out more power. As Blake's trying to come around him, but that power-up is just going to be too strong, I think. And right to the line, it does pull it off for him. Looking behind now, we do see Lynn right to the line, just ahead of Kalen. Kalen looks like he does not have much more to give from the KRT team coming out of Norway. Hey, Johnson here now, out of Australia, bringing it in the A race. Levigas now in the B race here out of Lithuania. 2.9 watts per kilogram. This international field, always so cool to see how many riders we have from all over the world. And he will be bringing it in for the Bs. And it looks like in, I believe, 24th place overall or so. Is that Garcia? No, Garcia's just starting up again. Does it ever bore you being a commentator? No, I like it. I like it decent. PSIX. PSIX. I like it. I especially like it though when I have somebody to have a conversation with. When it's just me solo, it's a little different, but I like when I have somebody that I can interact with back and forth, it makes it even more exciting. As we can talk and joke and have a good time with it. So Mike Edie here now, KRT team. Aj is just a little ways back. I think he's got plenty in the tank yet, but he's not going to use it. What are we, chopped liver? I interact with you guys a little bit. I do interact with you guys a little bit, though. But the thing is being a broadcast, it's difficult to do so. The team mechanic is here, boys and girls. Vision Cycling team mechanic is in the house, Mr. Wilhelm Harm. Yeah, the mechanic is here. Say hi to Japan as well. Japan is out there. We are live over in Japan now. We just announced a new partnership actually with OpenRec.tv in Japan. Yeah, so pretty cool. My bike needs help, I think. So you know. It's like, I'll tell you about it in a second here. So when I, Warthon now, 30 seconds up from McGovern as well as Zakic. It looks like Zakic is going to win the C race today and rack up some points. It looks like, not for any team. Maybe somebody needs to TFC maybe grab a or somebody else, PTZ, I don't know. Somebody needs to scout that guy out. So the hub I think is like not catching right away. It seems when I'm pedaling through, like and really hammering, like it's like little lag, and I mean that doesn't make any sense with those. I mean, 32 points of engagement. You know what I mean, or whatever. Be instant. You know what I mean? So, I think it needs to get taken, you know what I mean, like, just look at it, yeah. Not that bike, I don't think, though. I'm just riding outside, chill. We're going up on Friday. We're going up on tomorrow, yeah, with a camper. We'll be there all weekend. Yeah, and it just feels like
before
I'm
leaving
losing
now.
something. And then also the shifting is off. It might be the tightening. Oh, I wasn't able to talk to him as well. Sean Bein? What is that? Nice legs. Nice legs. Allison told Mom he's got nice legs. And what is this one? What is this one? Organizing should be? Has to be? Okay, gotcha. Oh, it has to be organized. That you're organized. Okay, gotcha. Yes, Wilhelm is extremely organized. That is for sure. We're also now with an attack here in the C race for second place. Oh, a dropout? 10 watts per kilogram. Sometimes you see a dropout when somebody gives out too much power on their trainer. And holy cow, the only two phrases I know in German, and all I need to know to survive in Germany, Allison says. Oh my goodness. Can he come fix my bike too, Billy? Billy is in Texas. He wants you to come fix his bike. Oh man, he is the absolute best mechanic that I know.
Relevant.
He has an uncle living in Houston that can work on bikes? No, okay.
I never. An in-law. So
It's an in-law who lives in Houston? Oh, okay, gotcha. There might be an option. He could come visit the uncle. He's living in Houston, and then he'll come fix your bike, Billy. Oh, it's funny. Let me link your website here real quick. Can you give me farmcycle.com? Alright guys, definitely go check out harmcycle.com. His about page is super interesting. I'm going to link that actually so you know who this is that you're talking to here. This guy's story is absolutely amazing. Go check that out. I'm going to link it 3 times, you guys. I'm serious. Like, go check out that story on that YouTube video. It's an amazing story. Amazing story. And like I said before, I met Wilhelm through racing mountain bikes. He used to work with Trek at all the mountain bike races on site, and then now has his own business, Harm Cycle. Goes as the team mechanic for Vision and as well, and he goes to all of the races as his on-site mechanic. He's my personal mechanic. He's absolutely amazing. So, Barossa here now. I mean, look at this. He's at my house fixing my bikes, you guys. He's at my house fixing my bikes. Like, I mean, house calls, boys and girls. You live in southeastern Wisconsin, you get the house call. Okay? Check out the Harm Cycle. Barossa here now, 2.3 watts per kilogram. I'm just trying to hold off Millward from the BRT. It looks like Millward's unable to catch Barossa. NK here also from the BRT. Looks to be completely blown up, it looks like. Flaudry, I mean, he's getting past left and right. I think he tried to stay with maybe too high of a pace at the front early on. And it's going to be curtains for him over and over again. And as you can see here, Hodges was able to hold on to that 19.6. And second place will go to Rob Bolto with a 1938 and Stockwick with a 2090. What's up, Quinn LaFay? Good to see you. Look at that, house call is only 29 bucks. What are you talking about? Oh, they looked at your rates already?
I need to limit the...
You like to look at the ranges. Yeah, he says, oh, hold on a second. I gotta look at the ranges here, boys and girls. Texas, I don't know about the Texas $29 house call. And now we've got Japan. So, I mean, it's gonna be, that'll be a difficult house call, I think. Heading over to Japan. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the cheers. Superman, no limit so far on distance. It's fine. It's on the site. No limit so far on the distance. It's on the site. Fodry now here, 9 watts per kilogram, pulling in ahead of NK. The Hog trying to chase him down, as well as Boyd 3 minutes back. PJ Alfonso is here as well with D Cook behind him. And still a lot of riders to come in here. 6:44, I think, back to Stockvic for the next rider. He may be... him and Kronberg, maybe the riders will be waiting for to cheer on to the finish line. I have a feeling. So BRT here now with Rob Bolt, D. Cook, Boyd, Afonso, and the Hog. The next riders to be looking at to cross the finish line. No tape backs now. Billy's joking with that. Oh my gosh. Alright, so what else do we got to look at here? Are we in the Richmond course? Oh, he was making fun that we're on Watopia. Our studio is on Watopia, as you can see behind me here, guys. We're actually on the Watopia studio, but we are broadcasting, so we're broadcasting off-site, obviously, at the Watopia studio, with cameras all on site at the Richmond course. All right, everybody, say goodbye to Wilhelm. He is out of here. Do a quick wave, Wilhelm. Yep. All right, Wilhelm is out of here. He's leaving the studio, and we will see him tomorrow. We'll get some sci-fi footage of him at the race site tomorrow. It is a big race weekend, Midwest Championship weekend at Cascade Mountain, just north of Madison. So if you are anywhere near Madison, Wisconsin, you can come check out the Midwest Championships tomorrow. Pre-ride tomorrow, cross-country race Saturday, short track, and King of the Mountain and Super D or Enduro on Sunday. So lots and lots of stuff going on over the weekend. Definitely come and check that out if you are in the area. Boyd just crossed the line here, it looks like, as well. We did have BJ Afonso just a minute ago. We do got D. Cook, then Rob Bolt, Kronberg, and then Stotvik, the sprinter. Just trying to make it in within the time limit. Pulling a cab here. Oh my gosh, Cook and Bolt here hammering on each other, boys. Hammering on each other. Here we go. Can Bolt hold off D. Cook here? This is going to be a battle to the line. 159 beats per minute coming from Rob Bolt. Cook here bumping up to 2.6, now 149. We'll give him a ride on to encourage him to get back on terms with the Bolt here. Now looking over his shoulder, there's nobody there, but looking right ahead, It looks like Bolt is opening up a little bit of a gap. It's out to 7 meters now, 4.2 watts per kilogram, now 9 meters. He continues to open up. D-Cook now does respond, 3.7. Can he get back on that wheel? He's going to have to grab that wheel before they actually come up and over the top, though. And now this is a race in the B race here. 2 seconds open up now. BRT now going to grab a couple points maybe in this race, as I think the top 15 are what matter. Karis is really tough, scrappy. Go race weekend. Go Lindsay, Nathan, Asa, and Karis. Karis is really tough, scrappy rider. I bet she takes out other riders. The sharp when no one is looking. Oh my gosh. Actually, have you watched this? She is scrappy. I'll agree with that. But she's scrappy in another sense, like for herself. Like, but she's not scrappy in the sense of like being rude or anything like that. That's for sure. She is like, she's kind of like, I like her attitude is a little scrappy, and kind of like how she gets it done is like, rah, just kind of like from the gut. She goes from the gut. Okay. So, but have you guys watched the replay of her post-race interview? Because at the last race, she still won, but she stopped to help another rider. Not the last race. The race actually, before the last race. I'll see if I can grab it for you real quick here. Yeah, so here it is. Let me get a link. Let's see if I can open up a link to this. So here's a link over to our SciWi footage from the last race, or not the last race, but the race at race over at spamming the channel. Now BRT rider Rob Bolt with a little bit of a sprint, 158 beats per minute, trying to hold off Cook. Cook did everything he could, but 10 watts per kilogram. Like Cook is going to have to settle for a place right behind Kronberg from the TFC now, bringing it in as well. Play sweet and cute, and then bam. Alright, Kronberg here, Stockvik now, bringing it in. We'll wait up for Stockvik as well. And both coming out of Norway, hammering it in here. We will move into kind of Q&A time now as we wait for the rest of the riders to come in. You know, what's on you guys' minds, what's coming up with the Tour de Zwift. You can take a look at the current placings on the Tour de Zwift here as these riders come in across the line. We can bring up Tour de Zwift currently. Up above us here, you'll be able to see all the information. Current points, we got the Nuts leading in the points, actually, it looks like, in the Tour de Zwift for the C's and the B's. And the, is this like overall between all of the categories, actually? Are these updated? It looks like the BRT team currently holding on 37 points in the A's. So these aren't updated, though, it looks like, from the most recent races, though. We'll have to wait for the most recent races to get updated. But this is where things stood prior to the races from today, it looks like. Paris has an awesome helmet, yeah. She is a classy rider. She's a super classy rider, for sure. Going to attack X Neo. Tempted to get a custom paint job. Oh man. And innocent for the adults, worth 75% of the time. So looks like the updates aren't quite there just yet, just so you guys know, for the Tour de Zwift just yet. But the Tour de Zwift will be running for the next 6 weeks. You guys can check out all the information and the rules for that over at zwiftpower.com. I'll go ahead and link the league as well. This is where you can go ahead and find the link for zwiftpower.com league for each individual race here as well as the overall. There's also a time trial. You can see how the points will be scored. If there is 10 or more riders in your race, you get 15 points for the win, and then it goes down 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way out to 10th place. So out to 10th place is where you can get points for each category. Guys. The KOM and sprint will not be broken down by category. This will simply be the fastest team riders per race. So you can score points also, it looks like, for those. Races in the TdZ are the KISS Starter TdZ TTT on alternate Mondays. TTT time to be confirmed. Monday, July 18th was a starter race, and now we do have 25th will be the first team time trial. KISS Americas, AM, KISS Asia, ZTR, EB, KISS Europe, ZTR, KISS Americas, PM are all part of it on Tuesday. Thursday, KISS Down Under, KISS Americas, AM, ZTR, EB, KISS Europe, ZTR, KISS Americas, PM as well as July 30th and August 20th are the Iron Goat Series on Saturdays as well. So a lot of races going on out on Zwift, actually, in the Tour de Zwift. Make sure to check that out. New PRL is coming? PRL. PRL. What are we talking about here? The London course? Sign up for Shark Fredo for a chance to win cool swag. Right on. We're talking about the London course? What are we talking about? Check is Strava. Prudential Ride London. Gotcha. So it looks like a download will be released soon for the Prudential Ride on in London. So very, very cool. Cycling now 7.1 watts per kilogram. One last little sprint for us, boys and girls. Now up in 8.69, and it looks like all the way to the line. And that is it for the coverage today for the KISS road race out on the UCI World Course today. And that is it for the coverage that I am going to have for you. We may have some more coverage coming at you for the America's race shortly. So see if we can get that going for you guys later today. I've got a few things to take care of. It is grandma meal tonight for me, as well as a lot of prep for the weekend. So let's go ahead and I will make sure to get a replay of this. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel or the Open Rec channel, those are both great places to go right now. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like buttons, all that kind of stuff. And we will be back later today with, I'll be back live later today again with some other stuff going on, live casting, probably some games or some other things, but this replay will be up shortly. And thanks for everybody for joining in, and congratulations to all the riders out there. Results will be listed on Zwift Power, I believe sometime in the next 24 hours. See you guys all soon.